Sometimes we hear people complain, especially those who have been active in their lives, or sometimes yung kababagong retired pa lang. Sasabihin ng isang bagong retired na senior citizen, nakakapagod naman itong walang ginagawa. Nakakapagod ang walang ginagawa. So, kailangang may gawin siya dahil kung wala siyang ginagawa, nakakapagod. Or not only senior citizens. Sometimes, for example, someone in an office job, desk job. Buong araw nakaupo, nag-uopisina, ang sasabihin, long weekend ngayon. So, pagod na ako dito sa aking trabaho, sa kakaupo, ngayong long weekend, I will travel far. I will go swimming. I will climb mountains. I will do exercise. Dahil napapagod akong maupo, ngayong weekend, ang gagawin ko, tatakbo ako, aakyat ako ng bundok, magsuswimming ako, biyabiyahe ako ng malayo. This are ironical statements, but they are easily understood. Why? Hindi lahat ng nakakapagod is all about physical activity. And this is what Jesus will pertain to in our gospel today. Remember, for example, may panahon na sinabi nila, tamad ang Pinoy. The Filipino is tamad. Abay, sino ba naman ang gaganahan kung ang naguutos ay yung mananakop na Kastila? Our ancestors did not want to work, not because they do not like work, but they do not like working for the conquerors. Nakakapagod nga naman pag ang nagtrabaho mo, ang nakikinabang, isang mananakop, isang walang karapatan sa iyong gawa. The Israelites find themselves in a similar situation. They were conquered by the Roman Empire. They worked, but much of the fruits of their labor will go to taxes. Marami sa kanila dahil hindi na makabayad ng tax, dahil nabaon na sa utang, yung lupang minana nila nawawala na sa kanila. And they find no meaning to continue working because mananakop, oppressor yung nakikinabang sa kanilang ginagawa. They were tired, not simply physically, but they were looking for meaningful life. And Jesus saw them tired, weary, burdened. What does He normally do? He brings them out of the city into the seashores or into the mountains. Malayo muna sa problema. And once in the mountains, once in the seashores, once away from the problems, He begins to teach them. He begins to be with them. He begins to listen to them. He begins to cure their sicknesses and heavy hearts. At sa ating nabasang ebanghelyo, sa pagpapatuloy ng kanyang paggabay sa kanila, pakikinig sa kanila, pagmamahal sa kanila, tinuturuan niya sila. Ang sabi niya, "Come to me, for my yoke is easy and my burden light." So He was not simply offering physical rest. May kapalit na bigat, may kapalit na yoke, may kapalit na responsibility ang binibigay niyang kapayapaan, pagpapahalaga, kahulugan ng buhay. Pope Benedict, when he was reflecting upon these very words of Jesus, "My yoke is easy and my burden light," said, this yoke of Jesus, this burden of Jesus is nothing more but love. Yung magmahal ka sa iyong kapwa, yung magmahal ka sa iyong Panginoon, ay may kasamang bigat, may kasamang responsibilidad, may kasamang emptying of yourself. It is not at all easy. It is not always free. There is a burden, and this burden is signified by love. May I also add justice. May I also add responsibility. May I also add a sense of what is right. Kasi hindi pwedeng magmahal ka lang, pero maling uri ng pagmamahal. Mahalin mo to. Pero ito yung asawa mo. Mahal ko Hindi naman pwede yon. Pagmamahal na may kaakibat na tama. A sense of what is right, a sense of what is just, a sense of what is holy. This is the burden of following Christ. To love, to be just, to be right, and to be holy. Why is this a burden? Because when we love with justice, with the sense of what is right, with the sense of what is God's will, with the sense of what is holy, this will not always be a popular decision. Lilibakin ka ng ibang tao dahil ginagawa mo minsan ang tama. Sometimes to love is not always the most profitable decision. Now they are talking about vaccines. The rich countries, of course, have ordered much of these vaccines. The poorer countries are struggling to get their hands on these essential vaccines. They have what is profitable. We do not have so much money, but that does not mean we are exempted from being given the necessary vaccines. We should demand love. We should demand justice in the world. Hindi ito tungkol lamang sa pera. To love us, to be just, especially to poorer nations, will require an openness that sets aside economic profit. To be loving, to be just, to be right, and to be holy is not always the most powerful route. Yung iba, tingin nila pag may baril, pag may pananakot, pag may kapangyarihan, doon ka po pwesto. But when people speak of love, speak of justice, speak of right, speak of holiness, the words of the Pope, without nuclear arms, without power, become more defining, become more definitive, become more attractive. These words are not coming from human power. These words are not coming from anything worldly, but they are loving, they are just, they are holy, they are right. And it is a burden minsan of the Pope to speak when no one else would dare to speak. Again, dear brothers and sisters, ang sabi ng Panginoon, maraming napapagod. Come to me. But there is a catch. You have to be loving. You have to be just. You have to know what is right. You have to listen to God and follow His path to holiness. In doing so, you may not be popular. You may not be profitable. You may not be strong in the sense that the world defines it, but you will find peace. You will gain respect of your children. You will find meaning in life. This is a burden, but it's a burden that is easy and right. Let us all